Hey everybody, welcome to the Late Late Horror Show!
Yakshimash.
I am Dino Ewell.
I'm Tadeusz.
He's Tadeusz. You don't know who the hell that guy is.
Hey, I just show up on Monday.
But anyways.
At this address.
Yeah, so what are we going to do? I want to catch everybody up real quick before we get into the commentary this week. It's Child's Play, 1988.
Yeah. We're touching a franchise. How?
And this is what makes the 80s horror genre
Touching a franchise.
great. And I must go back to, in Horror Town, my Facebook group, I put a little poll up. It was a metal poll. No, it was a poll about what your favorite...
about metal bands? A metal poll?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
No, it was what your favorite horror genre is. Like slasher, cheesy, old school.
Was Hammer up there?
Out of every one of the horrors, guess what beat everything out?
The comedy horror 80s.
No.
What?
Slasher. By a long shot.
Well.
And then the next was classic horror.
There's no accounting for taste.
But the very bottom of the list, which I put down there, and I was one of the ones, I think it only got 3 votes, is the cheesy horror. Cheesy horror.
The cheesy horror? I like the cheesy horror.
I love cheesy horror movies. But it got, so Slasher won, Horror Town Facebook group. Anyways, before I get to the commentary, Child's Play 1988.
I wouldn't even put that one on there. I'd have left it off.
I want to give everybody a little update for the new people coming in from iTunes and stuff like that. You can find us on iTunes. Just search the Late Late Horror Show. Links are always everywhere. That's in his freaking muscle shirt.
You know, we got a heat wave going here. It's 42 degrees.
Yeah,
so
it's 42, so Ted's
got my
sweating.
shorts on and
he's a walrus.
Well, I just figure it's March.
Ted is the walrus.
It's going to be March soon, and I'm just going to will it into spring by dressing in spring clothes.
You do that, man.
August.
Yeah. So a breast or nipple may pop out at any time.
The appearance of the nipple.
So just to warn you. But yeah, Late Late Horror Show on iTunes. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We are even up on SoundCloud. We are part of the PITN Radio Network. So you can find our shows there too.
Big network.
Go to
It's a big one coming out of Cleveland.
.pitnradioNetwork.com.
It's a powerhouse.
It's 100,000 watts. I've got a 1,000-foot tower in my backyard.
145,000 watts.
No, it's doing good. I got my Paranormal Into the Night show up there. Everything else like that. Want to throw a couple shout outs tonight. Haven't done that in a while. We got
some new people.
Yeah, well,
Local.
I went and met a couple horror hosts. Their YouTube channel is called Grim Decay. The Monkey.
The Mummy
and the Monkey show. I believe they're on the Roku. I haven't checked into it a whole lot, but go check out their YouTube channel. It's Grim Decay. Check it out. I'll put the link down below.
Yeah, they try to keep the horror host thing alive.
Genre going, little...
With the public domain movies and making their little skits and things.
And they're really funny, man. They got some cool stuff going on there.
That's what we envisioned doing at one point, and then we sort of started doing this.
Well, I think...
This is our thing.
I think this...
We're more long-winded. So...
Well, we're headed in that direction.
We have green screen.
We're headed in that direction. But this is, I think what we've done for the past 2 years has got us to the point of we've learned a lot doing this.
And we've been able to quit our jobs and, pretty much just live large.
Oh, yeah.
I can afford the large beverage at
I cannot believe the amounts of donations that come in every day from you guys. Support.
Keep it up.
Love it.
Because the more you donate, the less I have to work.
Exactly. We want to do this full time, Monday through Friday.
24 hours a day.
Marathon it.
Yeah, I mean...
We may do a marathon. We talked about that last Halloween.
Yeah, like the Jerry Lewis thing. We'll go for 2 days straight. Imagine putting that son of a bitch up on YouTube.
Oh, my God. But anyways, and a couple of podcasts, Horrorcast on iTunes. Cool people. I listen to it every week. A couple of my favorite, Mark Nato, Horror Gal Susan's on there. She's a YouTuber too, and anyways,
hey, tell them about their shop too, the Mummy and the Monkey. If you're from the Cleveland area, they're in Lakewood. They opened up a little thrift shop. I haven't been able to check it out yet.
Really cool thrift shop.
My sister went. She told me about it. I told you.
A lot of little knick-knack,
what's it called?
Cool.
Crypt thrift, right?
Thrift crypt.
Thrift crypt. Sorry,
Thrift
I want to
crypt.
say it correctly.
I may even put a link to their website down underneath the description too.
Yeah.
Support our local area. You would not believe the Cleveland area, a lot that's going on. We got Cinema Wasteland coming up, which I think me and you may go to.
Yeah, we'll check it out if I'm off.
We'll see. If you're off. I think I'm going to go though. Mm-hmm. It's been a while since
I might be home because there's a new workman.
It might be a baby popping
Baby
out.
Ted coming out soon.
Yeah,
so
he's waiting by the phone.
Yeah, I got the phone. And the wife gives me the call. I gotta go.
She may call. But enough said. We should get to the Child's Play.
Yeah.
1988. This is what made the 80s horror movies great. In my opinion.
Was a very popular movie.
Originality. I mean, come on.
Not the first movie with dolls in it, but
no.
It had been a while since we'd had.
And not even that. You throw a doll in there, but it's original. It's got its own character. His voice, Brad Dourif, just does a great job.
Probably never intended it to be like the role of his lifetime, maybe, but
no.
There you go.
But this is what, and a lot of bad stuff in this, cheesiness, and there are little things that
it would definitely be PG-13 if it came out now.
Oh, when Chucky jumps on the table and smacks her in the head with the hammer, and she goes flying out the window.
I love it.
I mean, come on, this doll is doing this.
Is this a slasher? What makes this a slasher? I don't see this as a slasher. There's hardly any blood in it.
No,
but I think it's under that category.
Yeah, because he does kill, and as the movies progress, he is slashing a little bit more.
I guess we're
thrusting
and slashing.
But yeah, man, you're getting Child's Play commentary coming here with our. And remember, we put our own personality into this and our little tidbits, and
I'm watching all the extras on the Blu-ray.
We got all the magic happens sometimes in the middle or the end. So stick with us here on YouTube.
Hey, don't be a douche.
iTunes, man, everybody's listening. They're going through, but so
be like them.
Be like Mike, the good old boys. Be like Chuck, and Kiddo's toys. So here we go. Commentary is going to start. Got anything to say about it? What do you like?
No.
What? Go ahead.
No, man, we'll just roll it all into the show.
Roll the film. Okay, yeah, we're going to start it.
Start your DVD or Blu-ray now.
And I like the cop in here is played by Alex Vincent, who is
No, it's not.
What?
The cop is played by Chris Sarandon. Alex Vincent is
No.
Andy.
Sorry. I'm got a little bit of dementia going on.
All right. Say what you mean, not what you say.
Alex Vincent is Andy Barclay, the little kid. I mean
Andy Barclay.
I meant Chris Sarandon from Fright Night. He played the vampire in Fright Night.
Also directed by Tom Holland, who directed Child's Play.
There you go.
I like Chris Sarandon.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
He had a little, not as deep of a voice in
now,
here.
Did you notice this right here?
In the movie, we started the movie.
The movie has started.
Yes.
And do you see how Charles Lee Ray, played by Brad Dourif, is running away? You see Chris Sarandon coming after him, and you see him throw a big cloth off to the side. It's a deleted scene.
Okay.
Which I don't think exists anymore. Mm-hmm. But he was actually dressed as a woman, trying to lure the Lakeshore
was he really?
Strangler.
So he took his handkerchief off of his head.
Yeah, so he ripped the dress
tossed
off.
It to the side.
That's a little tidbit there. That's actually from a deleted. The movie would have begun a little bit differently.
Wow.
But that is the dress that he's throwing away.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, because we start right off.
Yeah, right in the streets of Chicago.
Yeah, with his name in this movie, Chris Sarandon, is Mike Norris. Detective Mike Norris. And he's running after
Charles Lee Ray.
And they're shooting back and forth, just a chase scene all the way through the thing. And I love
Charles Lee Ray's got a partner named Eddie Caputo.
Yes, he does.
Eddie Caputo. He just takes off. When the shots start going, he's like, Eddie, don't leave me. And
don't leave me, Eddie.
I love Brad Dourif.
I love that Jack Nicholson type voice.
He tries to... the way he escapes is he shoots open the locked door of a toy store. And again, what a cool toy
when
store.
I look in it,
I love to see what's on the shelf.
I know, just like in what was the other movie we saw? Silent Night,
Deadly Night.
The toy store.
Don't remind me of that movie, but yeah.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of toys. He does make it into the hair, and you got to see the Chucky dolls. Well,
the good guys.
The good guys. They're big dolls, man.
This is kind of based on two things. Mm-hmm. I mean. In the 80s, you had the Cabbage Patch craze.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if we have any listeners that are old enough They remember that. I was a kid. You know, you were a kid.
I'm sure they remember.
My mom went nuts trying to get my baby sister a Cabbage Patch doll.
Man.
And I remember she finally called, I don't know if it was Uncle Bill's or Hills or whatever the store was.
One of the stores around
and
our
one
area,
of them had one, and they held it for her, and she didn't drive, so she had to walk really fast.
She can't drive
down there. And she got that Cabbage Patch Kid. It was this is like when the hot toy craze really started, was the Cabbage Patch Kids. And this movie, you know, makes a little bit of a, you know, it uses that.
Little homage to the Cabbage Patch doll.
Well, that, and you'll notice later on the advertising and the cartoons
is similar
that are aimed just at selling a toy.
Okay.
And that's what happened in the 80s with like GoBots, Transformers, Masters of the Universe.
Transformers.
Those cartoon G.I. Joe.
More than meets the
those
eyes.
cartoons only existed to sell toys.
Oh yeah.
All right. I don't care if you love those cartoons or not. They admitted it.
Yeah.
All right. We're making this cartoon to sell toys. Hey, we put a new character in the cartoon. Here's the action figure, kids. During the commercial break, get your Mecha-Neck action figure.
Mecha-Neck.
You know, your Beast Man in a different color. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, and also look at the good guys like AK-47.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, because not only do you get a good guy doll, there's 8 billion accessories.
Yeah, tool sets and AK-47.
First aid kits and AK-47.
Yeah, stuff like that.
But there's also another doll at this time too. If you remember, My Buddy, and he was about that size.
Oh yeah, My Buddy.
My buddy, wherever I go, he goes. My buddy and me like to climb up a tree.
Yeah.
My buddy and me are the best friends that could be. That is really effective advertising.
No,
that I watched when I was 8 years old.
Yes.
And I still remember it.
Did you ever get a My Buddy doll?
No, I never. No, because it was gay.
It was gay. Come on.
No, I preferred the He-Man figures, the big muscular guy,
right.
and the little gotchis running around. I preferred that.
Okay, so here we go. Jump back to the scene.
Yeah.
They're still in the store.
Shots get fired. Yeah, he's mortally wounded. Charles Lee Ray is
mortally wounded, and so he's thinking of something, and we don't know that.
Remember, he's going, gotta find someone.
Gotta find somebody.
Why, we're wondering.
Because they don't get to it yet.
Yeah.
But he gets to the doll. Okay.
And he also
a good guy doll.
I'll get you, Norris, and I'll get Caputo too. I'll kill you both.
Yes.
And what's this heavy shit going down?
That I don't understand, but that's your '80s action or
he's doing a voodoo thing.
Dramatic. Well, yeah, I'm talking about right now as he's doing the voodoo chant.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
The clouds all roll in, lightning starts, kind of like Ghostbusters.
He's touching the doll and he's actually saying some kind of a chant.
Oh well, it's a form of voodoo. It's Santeria. Because in his chant, he actually says, Santeria. I thought that was actually funny as hell.
There we go.
But yeah, he does that later on
some
too.
Good Creole Haitian thing going on there.
Give me
the power.
Santeria.
Oh, look, there's the Ecto-1.
Christianity. Catholicism.
Right. And you're right. And then all kinds of lightning bolts and dark clouds get summoned up and blows out the whole front of the store.
Yes.
And Charles Lee Ray is there on the ground dead.
Do you like how there's a little fire going on in the back too, and they're not worried about it?
Let the fire department take care of it.
This
is the police department.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
And then we get that little zip on the face of
close
the doll
up
there
of the doll.
And we're wondering what's going on. We're gonna find out real soon. But I mean, if you saw the trailer for the movie, you pretty much know.
Santeria.
And now we're in the Barclay residence, which this is like a famous apartment building in Chicago. I forgot what it's called.
The Barclay.
No, not the Barclay.
Oh, it's not.
But it is something with a B. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, look, and here's the TV. And
they start showing the apartment, like the TV's going, and they start showing the cartoon that goes along with the dowl. And
then there's going to be a commercial break, and there's going to be like the big,
commercial
HR Puff and Stuff size.
It looks kind of like Barney, but it's a Chucky. It's
like, and here's the new doll. It was just a way to sell toys.
Oh,
he's even wearing good guy pajamas.
And this scene cracks me up.
Oh, I know.
Right now,
little 6-year-old making breakfast.
Right now, Andy is up making breakfast for Mommy,
and it's his birthday.
But
he's making breakfast for his mom. Oh God, look at the cereal.
He puts toast in a toaster. It's going to stay there and burn the hell out of it, you know.
Oh God, the milk in the cereal.
He takes the cereal. I know, Ted. People don't know what we're looking at.
He's got the cereal.
We're filling up the bowl and it overflows. He goes to the sugar thing, and he's just dumping sugar in it.
At least 3 big spoonfuls of sugar in a sugar cereal. Yeah, there's HR Puff and Stuff size Chucky on the... well, they all have different names.
Everybody's welcome.
Yeah, it's like a treehouse.
Me, Barney.
And it's like, here's the doll. And this is almost like the Teddy Ruxpin, you know?
Yes.
Because Teddy Ruxpin was the
animatronic
doll.
Yes.
You know, my sister
had
those
so you got all 3 of them all intertingled.
Well, this sort of thing was going on at the time, you know, and this was really, you know, this struck the chord with everybody because we all got it back then.
Oh, exactly.
The toys that were out in the commercials and everything.
He brings out the burnt toast because it's smoking, it's blackened.
Yeah,
and he takes
it's a charcoal briquette.
He takes not even a tablespoon; it's some kind of big gigantic spoon.
Butter.
It's like a pound of butter he throws on the toast.
It's like a huge ladle full and just plops it on.
Almost like it's ice cream, just throws it on. And as he's taking it, he's going to go take it to Mommy in bed.
Right.
Mommy. And on the way there, everything's spilling on the rug, the milk, the juice, the cereal, everything.
On the TV where they're advertising the good guy
because he stops in between.
They show it, you know, he gets all excited. Wow, it says 3 phrases. It's got its own name. And they show it in the box. That's a pretty good sized box. Sitting over on the window seat by Andy's happy birthday sign.
Not a big enough box.
Is a box just about that size. And he's thinking, oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mommy got that for me.
He's got to get her up.
And, you know, I also got to say,
Mommy,
this whole part here in the movie where, you know, he's going to want that doll so bad rings true from this past Christmas when the hot toy was, everybody knows, this stinking Hatchimal.
Hatchimal? Well, I don't know.
See, your kids are a little bit older than mine.
Okay, Hatchimal.
But it's like an egg, and you rub it, and it hatches.
Rub it, squeeze it.
You rub it, and a little bird-type creature actually hatches out of it. And it's like a Furby kind of thing. You teach it things and all that.
Really?
And you saw them plenty, like in late summer, early fall.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Christmas hits, when I was going to get one for my daughter and my son, can't find them anywhere. And it's like this big hot toy, and they're $300 on, you know, eBay and Amazon. Well, I finally found them for the kids at the wholesale club, no less.
Okay, cool.
And I will say, even though I thought it was a pretty lame toy, they do play with it. It's so good. But you know it's the stupid ass toy in the world. But it makes them so damn happy to know that they've got that one stupid toy.
It's what they love,
and as a parent, you'll do that.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be like her mom and go put herself in danger and buy it from some dirty ass bum in an alley coming up here in 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Or, you know, you'll scour the stores, you'll stand in line at 3 a.m. at Target trying to get inside. And you do it just to put a smile on the little bastard's face.
And what comes next?
Opens that big box.
Mommy tells him, go get it, go get the box.
Yeah, because he wakes her up, jumps all over.
It's like 4 feet long, okay? And it looks like it would hold the big Chuck.
Yeah, it does.
Good guy doll. But in that big box is just a couple pairs of jeans.
Well, there might be more it's clothes.
Well, I can look right in there right now. There's nothing in there. Why did she put it in such a big thing?
I don't know.
It's like she was teasing us.
And his little present is like a little, what is it, a good guy's like construction set.
Yeah, he at least got the toolkit.
And he's like, oh, I
Not
love
a construction. He can't rivet any bolts to it.
He's a hot potato coming up. And he's like, oh, I'd like a good guy doll to go with it. And she's like, you know, your parent, you're like, oh, I didn't know about it.
What was that, Lauren Hardy?
I don't remember. There's Three Stooges.
Okay, yeah.
Hot ribbon! Yeah. You know? And, you know, she didn't know about it. So then the next scene is she's at work, and her friend comes up to her at the perfume counter, jewelry counter. It's like, hey, you want that doll for your kid? There's a guy in the back alley. He's got one. He'll sell it to you for cheap.
At first I thought that girl, who is actually Maggie...
Maggie's
who Andy calls Aunt Maggie because she helps. She's always around babysitting and stuff. But I almost thought that was Annie Potts. But it wasn't. She looks similar to it.
You know, and her voice isn't all that dissimilar either.
Yeah, but she's not, nevertheless.
But yeah, there's some gross, dirty old bum with the second worst teeth I've ever seen in my life, I guess.
Yeah.
And sure enough, the box is a little beat up, but he's got a good guy doll. And they're normally like $100.
Yeah.
And he's like, $50. And the lady's like, 10. And 30. And $30. I would do it too.
Well, and Maggie went back though and she goes, 20.
Yeah.
She goes, it's not worth it. I mean, come on, $100 doll,
hey,
you're gonna get it for
exactly.
$30.
Oh, and then look at this. They get back to her counter.
Oh,
and there's the there. What's his name? Greg or something like that. I don't know what the hell his name is.
Yeah,
he's got a pink bow tie and he's lame.
He's never been laid. He's
middle management. He's a douchebag.
Yeah, he's never been late. He goes back home and he just watches TV. He's got nothing.
You enjoy your job.
So he takes it out on all the girls and all the people that work there.
He gets off on telling what's her name? Catherine. What's the mom's name again? Kathy. What's
her name? Is Mrs. Barclay.
Mrs. Barclay.
No, isn't it Karen?
Karen.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Karen tells her that she's going to have to stay late.
Or is it Kate?
I don't know.
What the heck?
Mrs. Barclay. Is that and she's widowed, by the way. We didn't mention that at the beginning. Daddy died. And tells her that she's going to have to... Basically, like, she can go home, pick up her kid, bring him home, even though it's his birthday, and then she's got to come back and close
I think it's
tonight.
Kate. How can we not know it? You're going to have to look it up, Ted, real quick. How do we not know the mom's name? We got a little bit of dementia going on here, people. While Ted looks that up...
I think it's Kate.
I think it's Kate, yeah. Usually I write down all the names and stuff like that, but this one I knew, but we're having a brain fart here. I love Chucky's hair. She brings the big box home. Karen?
Karen.
How the hell?
Right. It was Karen.
It was Karen. Okay, so it's Karen. Yeah, we were right. So,
yeah, and she...
How are these guys going to do a commentary? They don't even know the fucking lady's name.
Yeah, I bet you they know in all their stupid-ass Jason movies what everyone's name is.
Oh, please.
Dumbass number 1, dumbass number 2, dumbass...
Exactly.
That's what their names are in the friggin' credits.
Weren't we saying that? I mean, about the slashers, like, at least Chucky... has a personality and some charisma,
and I would say at least, especially in the first couple of Freddy movies, he's got some personality.
Exactly.
Starting, I do love
in this order,
Freddy number 3, but he does start getting a little bit more over the top and cartoony in there.
Personality wise and charisma, Chucky, Freddy.
Those are like tied for
Pinhead. Michael Myers.
The rest are all at the bottom,
and then Jason.
The rest are all at the
because
bottom.
Technically. And we've already talked about this. I love the first one, Halloween first one, second one. I love the first Jason, but then after that, it's basically just a killer walking around. There's no personality, no charisma, except for his outfit. Okay, what you're going to the movie for is to see a slasher go and kill a bunch of teenagers, which
I'm going to see tits.
Which a lot of us got. A lot of people were complaining and talking and ranting about the new Friday the 13th and why they shelved it again and they're not doing it.
I can tell you why they shelved it because it's stupid.
Well, and we were a lot of.
Of course, that should mean that they should put it out because you'll all suck it up.
A lot of us were talking though. That what should they do? What should they do? They should bring it out and keep it like it was. Get a bunch of teenagers.
They did.
Somewhere.
They did it a few years ago. They made that reboot.
Keep it
was
simple.
No different. And I love how people say, "Oh, I didn't like that." Why? It ain't no goddamn different than any of the others.
Well, characters make a big difference, but just keep it simple. Why go and make it so complicated and everything else?
If
throw a bunch of teenagers, let them have sex.
How about
put them in a camp again?
At all?
Or that.
Yeah, I mean, because they're stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not opinionated at all.
No, not at all. But anyways, getting back to the movie.
But you're right. The first one, had some ideas, and it was kind of, cool.
It's a great
We saw it at
movie.
the theater, didn't we? We went. They had a screening of it. We went to go see it. My wife, I think it was before I got married.
Yeah.
Yeah, she jumped at that last scene with him jumping out of the water. Because I was like, oh, she's in the boat. It's like, oh, God, it's over.
See, she looks like Annie Potts, man.
A little bit.
But she's not.
She's
Maggie's
watching
She's
Andy.
just some whore in Hollywood.
I guess so.
No, she's a nice lady.
Maggie says, hey, if you
times.
got to work, I'll stay with Andy.
Yeah.
Be the hottest date I've had all month. Andy's playing. They had their birthday cake and all that.
Yeah, we skipped over a little bit. Yeah.
She's this is like where Chucky's starting to talk to Andy. We're not privy to it yet.
Right.
But he says, like what little kids will say, Auntie Maggie, Chucky wants to watch the 9 o'clock news.
Yeah, because they're sitting...
no.
Because Andy's actually sitting there playing with his tool stuff, and the news comes on the TV, and
they mention Eddie
Chucky,
Caputo.
Yeah, sees it, and he turns his head and looks at the news. So he wants to hear the information, what's going on.
Because evidently Eddie Caputo, who had gotten arrested,
Caputo,
he escaped. He escaped from custody.
And
evidently they don't think to go look at his hideout.
Why am I acting like he's an Italian? Because he's not even Italian.
Caputo. I don't know. We don't get to hear him talk. You never know.
He goes, "Hey man, I'm Eddie Caputo." Don't you remember that scene?
No.
He goes, I'm going to shoot you with my motherfucking gun.
I'm going to shoot the shit out of you.
Yeah, you're going to get it in your ass, buddy.
Hey, does that kid have a Michael Jackson lamp? Take a look at this lamp here. Sorry, our iTunes guys can't see this here, but...
jump over to YouTube and check it out. Here.
But yeah. I couldn't tell. Oh, maybe we'll have to back it up. Shit. Oh, well, next time you watch it, I swear to God, it looks like it's a Michael Jackson lamp.
Yeah, because Aunt Maggie's putting Andy and Chucky...
Well, she told him, go brush your teeth, get ready for bed. Yeah. And while she's, cleaning up the kitchen, TV goes back on. She looks in there, and Chucky, the doll, is just sitting on the chair watching the news.
I would freak out.
And she gets mad. She starts yelling at Andy, when I tell you to go to bed, you go to bed. He don't understand. And when they're in the bed, she gives him kiss goodnight, and he rolls over and tells Chucky, I told you she'd get mad if you tried to watch the news.
Yeah, his voice is so cute it's a little 6-year-old kid, cute little boy talking.
I think that's what. See, my kids watched this with me. Yeah. And it wasn't intentional.
Right.
But my little guy, I think it's just because there was a little boy in it.
Yeah.
I think he was just kind of riveted with that.
And the doll.
But he jumped a couple times, but it's like he liked it though. So there you go. Start him young.
Start them young. But yeah, it's the so she puts them to bed, and you get a good glimpse of his room, all those good old toys back in the day. You gotta love it. And this is quite a big apartment too.
It's not a bad place.
And she's just maybe she's getting alimony or something,
No, the husband's dead.
Oh, that's right. Maybe just
And here we get that first person view. The door opens a little bit.
Yes, this I love, just like Puppet Master.
It would be like I think the next year. Yep.
Moving
the original idea in this film was to keep you in the dark a little bit longer than this movie does. Where you didn't know for sure if it was Andy or maybe it was the actual doll. You wouldn't find out till much later in the movie that it was the doll doing it.
I'm glad they didn't hold back, because that's what's cool about this too. Almost immediately you get the interaction with the doll.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And they do. What I do like about these films...
There's a couple scenes that's just like Puppet Master at the very beginning.
Yeah,
how they're running
pulling
around,
the chair.
Looking around the corner, pulling the chair.
Or they use, what I like about the Child's Play movies, and I'll even say, I like a lot of the Nightmare on Elm Street films, but I said as they go, after 3, they start getting kind of cartoony and lame.
Yeah.
And except for New Nightmare, which I think is really good. But the first couple, first 2, 3 are pretty good.
Right.
And what I like about Chucky is that they actually, even to this day, with the new film,
even to now,
holy
Christ,
they've not CGI'd the hell out of him.
They haven't.
They've kept it a doll. They still use puppeteers, practical effects.
That's what I love. Yeah.
And
no CGI, please.
In this one, they used little people in costumes on a couple of shots.
Yeah.
But even to now, they've kept it a doll, and I think they realize you got to keep it a doll. If you go and CGI the hell out of it, it's not going to
be a doll. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit here and there with a facial expression or something,
just to make it easier. Just like when we did See the Chucky back there. I love when he was crawling on the sidewalk when he got out of the van.
Yeah.
It was just like what's cooler than that? Just seeing the little doll crawl.
I like the practical effects. I like the animatronics. That's why I like. If anything, I find these more funny than anything else. And I will say one thing. We said this before we started the show. The Child's Play franchise is the only one out of all the big franchises that you can name
of them,
where the
pick and choose any
the creator, Don Mancini.
Yes.
He's the guy who wrote the story.
Don Knotts was a big part of this. Mancini.
Don Mancini has been involved either as writer, producer, or director on every single installment in the series. He's written them all. He's produced many of them. He's directed the last, what will end up being 3 when the new one comes out. 3.
And I believe...
none of the other franchises have the original creator involved in every single film.
Right.
So this is this dude's baby, man.
Heck yeah.
And
that's what it should be, man.
And what I do like is, some
and even Andy... He plays a role in pretty much a lot of the
first 3.
Yes.
The child...
and he's going to be in Caught.
Right.
The new one that's
Alex Vincent's
will
in
be out.
2. His character, the actor's not, but his character is in the 3rd one.
Mm-hmm.
And
the same phone that's on the wall.
Oh yeah, is what they use.
Is in the new one, I believe.
Then you got Bride and Seed of Chucky, which he tried to do a little something different.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit more fun. And I enjoy the hell out of those. Both of them.
Yeah.
They're funny. Whatever.
They are.
And some people, they're like, oh, I want it to get back to horror. What? I want it to be a horror movie again. It's like, well, was Chucky ever that freaking scary to begin with? But whatever.
Exactly.
And so they did that with the newer one. What was it? Curse of Chucky?
We're getting to the action.
Yeah. I'll make it quick. Curse of Chucky, and then Andy Barclay Alex Vincent makes a little cameo in the end credits scene.
Yeah,
and now evidently this new one that's coming out, Cult of Chucky, it looks like it's going to tie up all the previous entries because Jennifer Tilly is going to be in it, reprising her character.
Yeah,
Andy's going to be in it. Fiona Dourif, who played the what was her name, Nika or whatever, in the wheelchair in the last one. So they're all going to be in it. So it's all going to get tied together. So there we go.
Okay, so right here,
Maggie's taking a nosedive.
Okay, so yeah, she starts hearing Maggie is Andy's asleep. Maggie's running around the kitchen area. She just took a nosedive out the window.
She's cleaning up.
So let me get to it. She's cleaning up.
Here's a little.
There's sugar or something or
Here's
flour
fall.
Is on the ground and stuff like that.
Chucky knocked it over.
Yeah, and she's getting ready. She's sweeping it up.
Are we noticing little footprints yet, or not yet? Maybe not yet.
Well, they're there now, but the police will see it when they come. Mm-hmm. But she goes over to move a plant aside, and then all of a sudden she turns around, and Chucky gives her a whack in the forehead with that
first person, so we don't see who's done it yet.
Right, with the little good guy's hammer, which is
a real hammer,
which is real tiny.
Yeah, but it pierced her skull,
and he popped it on her forehead, and she went flying out the window
right onto a parked car.
So first of all, the wood and the glass must have been made out of the cheapest material ever,
probably.
And
but the hammer was made out of the best material ever.
Exactly, and that doll had so much strength that even knocking it, So even though the scene is not possible, it's a great scene.
Oh, she got hit with the thing, and she's like, goes back, falls through the window. It could happen.
Not even close. But anyways, Andy has the same pajamas and slippers as Chucky, the doll.
They're good guy pajamas. He's pretty much been wearing the same clothes all day. And
right.
Because this whole movie, I think, only takes like 3 days.
It's important to point that out for what's going to happen.
Karen gets home from work.
I don't see the Michael Jackson lamp. It's not a Michael Jackson lamp. I could have swore
it was something, but whatever. I couldn't tell what it was.
Man, this kid's loaded, man. She's spoiling him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got a little
everything.
Vehicle in there, one of the old time metal ones, the pedal cars.
He's got everything a kid could want. Maybe he's got a rich grandpa or something like that. Yeah, you never know. But yeah, Karen gets home from work. All these cop cars, bambulances outside the apartment.
Motherfucking bambulance.
She runs in there.
Come on, bambulance.
Gets up, and it's always the same thing. Cops try to hold you back, and that's my house. And they just I guess so. Let her in.
And what was so funny?
Don't check any ID.
Yes,
or anything.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
But then it's every movie.
Yeah.
I live there. Okay.
Yeah, it's a crime scene. I mean, everybody's blocked off, but she just made it.
So I'm going to do that next time there's a crime scene. That's my house! just hanging out. And I like when she goes in there and all the cops are just sitting around eating donuts, reading newspaper, doing what they usually do. And,
jeez. And she does...
For city workers in general, one's working for or standing around.
She looks down and she notices all the... footprints in the flour.
Well, first she's looking for Andy, he's in the back with Detective Norris, who took out Charles Lee Ray a little while ago.
I jumped the gun,
and
didn't I?
She's like, "Where's Maggie? What's going on?" He kind of takes her aside, tells her what happened,
Maggie.
And you could tell because they're in the kitchen, and he's showing Miss Norris. He's like, "Yeah, you see these footprints up here? Does that look familiar to you at all?"
Yeah.
And
does Andy got any shoes that?
Well, right. He's like, no, I already checked all the shoes. Yeah. None of them match. But then he gets the idea because he sees that this Chucky doll and Andy's pajamas match.
Yeah.
he's like, what kind of pajamas are those? He's like, good guy, sleep, sandal, pajama, whatever.
Yep.
He's like, let me see your foot. And then he sees
it's the exact same
pattern.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if it's necessarily the same foot size, but he sees the same patterns.
So right there's some good evidence that, I mean, in the real life that you would say, Andy may have done this to Aunt Maggie.
That's a little bit of leftover from probably the original idea. You know? Maybe it was Andy.
Right.
Whereas
I kind of know right off the bat it's the doll.
Yeah.
But the other thing is how easily she just tells them get the hell out.
Well,
you guys have done your business. Get out of here.
That's what I would do.
Out of my house and leave me and my kid
I would tell
alone.
them, you got no business in here. Get out of here. You got your stuff. Get out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they've got enough, information and stuff like that. So
I want them in my house.
But did he tell the Did he tell Mom or the detective at this point about it that it was the doll?
No, he doesn't.
He didn't at this point.
No, he hasn't said that. Andy hasn't said that yet, and no one's even. It's only insinuations that, Andy is suspected.
And you can't insinuate because you make an ass out of. Oh.
So she puts Andy and Chucky to bed, and when Chucky's sitting in the chair, and Andy notices flour on the bottom of Chucky's shoes.
Yeah.
So he comes running out. Mommy, I know what happened to Aunt Maggie. Chucky did it. Like, oh boy.
I mean, can you imagine
this is like the thing for like the next two movies.
Right.
Yeah, Chucky did it.
And can you imagine? I mean,
that should have been the whole trailer. Chucky did it. And when she's kicking Detective Norris out.
Yeah.
I hate loose ends. I hate loose ends.
Right.
And she's like shows the door in his face.
Oh, but the whole point of him, I mean, think of if you had a doll. And it actually did come to life and start killing. I mean, and nobody was believing you. I mean, it would be terrible, wouldn't it?
It would be. It
would be brutal.
But, it's a hard sell. This doll's coming to life.
Because, they're not believing it.
He's lighting up a smoke in the elevator.
Yeah, he goes, oh, man, I did Fright Night. I did Fright Night. I got to do this shit.
God,
yeah, it's hard to get a gig around here, man.
I'll tell you.
He's still doing stuff up until today.
And both movies are like movies where shit happens and no one believes anybody. Fright Night 2. No one believes him about the vampire. You're so cool, Brewster.
You're so cool.
That should have been the name of our show.
That's awesome, man.
You're so cool, Brewster.
What should have been the name?
That should have been the name of the podcast show. You're so cool, Brewster.
Oh, God. The heck? And what's funny is you think Mommy would come over here and look at the doll's feet and see if there was flour on there. But
parents don't believe their kids.
Unbelievable.
Look at a cute doll. And I like how he does start off really like cute and then slowly gets uglier and uglier and uglier.
Oh, the minute and it will happen soon, the minute that doll attacks Karen, it is hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a change immediately. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Mommy goes in, starts talking to Andy.
Yeah, and you know what happened.
They're having a discussion.
It gets to a point where she says, when he's trying to tell her Chucky did, it's like, why would Chucky do it? It's like, because she was a bitch that got what she deserved.
That's what he said.
he's like totally comfortable saying it. Yeah. Why would you say that?
Out of the mouths of
you're
babes.
mad at me because of Aunt Maggie, aren't you?
Mm.
Like, I love it. Because she was a bitch that got what she deserved.
That's awesome. Oh, man. You gotta love all the dinosaur stuff in the back, too.
Oh, yeah, I love dinosaurs.
This kid's hooked up, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get my boy into dinosaurs.
So am I. I'm hooked up, too.
I'm waiting for my boy to get hooked on dinosaurs.
Hooked on dinosaurs?
I'm going to take him to the museum soon. I'm going to show him these bones, man. It's like, this is not just shit in Ray Harryhausen movies. It's like, I'm going to show you.
Yeah, have you showed him some of the old classics with the dinosaurs?
Kids don't have no attention span these days.
Jurassic Park. Not that you want to, really see that.
I dig Jurassic Park, but it's like, I just want to fast forward to when the dinosaurs are around. Like, I don't give a rat's ass about anything else in that movie, the build-up, the lead-up to it, the people. I just want to see the damn dinosaurs. Because that's the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm watching it for the story. No one saw that movie for the story.
No.
Just want to see the damn dinosaurs.
Exactly.
I want to see the most realistic looking dinosaurs that have ever been on the screen.
What's that song from the 80s? Doing the dinosaur.
Walking the dinosaur.
What?
Don't get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur.
Yeah, that's
Something
it.
like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I forget the name of the guy that did it.
I don't know.
Doesn't
Bananarama.
Bananarama.
Wasn't it Dinosaur Jr.? I don't know.
Could be. Who the hell knows? One hit wonder.
One hit wonder.
Yeah, so she puts him back to bed and tucks him in. And I like how Andy goes, can I give you a hug?
Well, he's like, no one believes us.
Yeah.
No one believes me.
And he tells him... He
like the head moving.
But he says, can I give you a hug? And he says, I think he says something like...
I'm your friend to the end.
Yeah.
Heidi-ho.
Or he says, I love hugs. Or something like that.
I love hugs.
Yeah, I love hugs. And he closes his eyes and goes to sleep, the doll.
Oh, it's school.
Even Chucky.
He's taking his good guy. Mom's going to let him take a $100 toy to school?
That's... My first thought was that too. What is he walking that doll into school for?
Are you looking to get your ass whooped for carrying a doll around, son?
Oh my god.
Plus a $100 doll?
Plus
a popular doll?
Plus it's almost as big as him.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine us holding a... Like a 4-foot doll.
I take my surfboard to work.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? You know, it's like, come on. And also, she just takes him right to that door.
Yeah.
Look he walks out the door.
Well, see, at my daughter's school, there's a teacher there.
Exactly, but I guess
lock it when the bell rings.
Guess things were different in the 80s. I guess I don't know.
We lined up outside. My mom walked me up there and go get in line, and she left. I don't know. Maybe she stood around and waited.
Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of crazy.
But so evidently, Andy's playing hooky. Jumps up on the... What is this?
Because Chucky tells him that we need to go...
We got to go take care of Eddie Caputo. We got to get to his hideout. Well, I don't think that's what Andy knows
How do he have money for the train?
I don't know.
You think they just let the kid on?
I guess.
Where are you going, Andy?
I guess if you got a ticket, Yeah.
You think?
Well, I like this. Chicago, this is like the elevated train, right? The L, isn't that what they call it?
Maybe Chucky pickpocketed.
It could be.
And they just couldn't put it, they didn't fit it in there.
Maybe it's free, I don't know.
You think it's free? No.
It should be free.
They got tokens.
Okay. Well, it's probably a quarter.
What transit system in the country you know that's free?
They should be free.
They should be, but they're not.
I mean, we pay taxes, right?
Anyways, we get a great panorama view of the city.
The slums.
The slums of the
city. Yeah, Chucky and Andy, they hop up. Oh, look at kid. I like his snowsuit.
He's...
At least this poor kid just walking around the worst part of the town.
Yeah, at least he's warm. But yeah, he's in the worst part of town. Chucky keeps whispering in his ear.
Yeah, they whisper back and forth. And we haven't actually heard Chucky talk yet.
No.
As far as, Brad Dourif.
Right.
Look at this. All these homeless people.
Chucky goes, walk through all the homeless people under the bridge.
Yeah, under the bridge downtown.
You'll be safe, kid. I love when he gets... I love when he gets to the garbage area across the street from where Chucky needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to... Andy has to go pee.
Right. We're just going to take a squirt right here in the middle of the street.
Chucky, you sit here and wait for me.
I have to go pee.
I have to urinate in this corner.
Well, God, it's going to take him half an hour to undo that snowsuit. I mean, he's just standing right on the street corner. I got to tell you what, dudes.
Yeah.
I was going on a field trip one time.
No way.
Maybe 5th, 6th grade. I forgot
when the hell did that happen?
Like the health museum or something like that.
Okay.
And you're driving to downtown Cleveland or whatever. And the bus drives by, and I swear to God, everybody saw it. Because it was like at a red light.
Oh.
And this homeless black guy... He's just taking a piss right in this, standing on the sidewalk, pissing in the street, shaking his dong.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, it's so funny. He's just standing there on the street corner, pissing in the street.
The stuff you'll see in certain neighborhoods happens. Oh, man.
That was gold, Jerry. Gold.
Go, Jerry, go.
So here's Eddie Caputo's
Why do they call it
Ovaltine?
Ovaltine.
It's not oval.
Yeah, it's round. Why don't they call it round-tine?
I don't know.
Anyways,
So we're still first-person view here, and Chucky's...
You like how he enters this abandoned house, and you see rats everywhere.
This is a hideout, man. It's not like he's paying a mortgage on this place.
Right, I know.
It's a hideout.
Rats are everywhere, though.
House. And you see the little doll hand come up and...
put the flame out in the
pilot
oven.
light out. and turn the gas up.
Yep.
And Andy, he gets done pissing. He's getting his mittens on, and Chucky's gone.
That kid's all piss and vinegar.
God, it was a long...
he had a couple...
Must have been a long piss for Chucky.
He had a couple of Kool-Aids.
Oh, you know? Yeah. Had a couple of juice boxes.
And this is William Dafoe's first role.
That guy's too good looking to be Willem Dafoe.
Oh my God. Speaking of the Great Wall, you see that? The premiere to that? It's like Matt Damon.
I wouldn't go see that movie if you paid me.
It's like...
Why'd you go see it?
No, I haven't seen it. But it's like, let's put a ponytail on Matt Damon and we'll make him a Chinese warrior.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. It's crazy.
You know what?
You'd have to
pay me $1 an hour to sit there and watch
This is who Eddie Caputo looks like. Casey Affleck.
It could.
Hey, Ben!
But yeah, he hears like the tiniest little noise.
Yes.
And he's sleeping on some rags.
And he's shooting away.
Yep, he comes down there. He's got a big handgun. Andy
hears the shots fired, so the first instinct he has is to run to where the bullets are being shot.
He's a true American hero. He's like a World War II vet.
So that's what he is. So as Casey Affleck looks out the window, he sees that Andy's out there.
Right,
so
maybe that's what the noise was.
Oh, yeah.
Some punk kid out there playing.
But then he hears it again.
Yep.
And this time he's going to kick the kitchen door.
Oh, the gas is running in that stove. Bad news.
And I'm wondering, where the heck is Chucky at this point? He's still in the house. He's going to get blown to pieces.
He took off. He's smart.
Where's he at?
He's outside banging 2 pots together to get him to come in the room. Kabam! Blows the house to smithereens.
Yeah,
You never get to say smithereens anymore.
Smithereens.
They blew it to smithereens.
I love that word, yeah. And this house goes quick.
Smithereens. That's the very definition of being blown to smithereens.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
And
do you know Chris Sarandon also did the voice of Jack Skellington?
No.
He did.
How did I not know that?
I don't know.
I'm one of the biggest fans of Nightmare Before Christmas out there.
Well, clearly you are not.
I am not. He is the voice of Jack Skellington.
He is.
Well, that puts a different spin on things. And he
puts a whole new paint job on things.
He actually looks like Jack Skellington now.
Yeah, look at him. So, what happens here?
I don't know, Ted.
Karen shows up at the police station.
Yes, he does.
She got a call from the cops.
She really does. Yeah.
And they evidently... The truant officer must have picked up Andy.
They interrogate him over down.
Oh, you're going to do that voice.
You don't like that? you hate this voice? Ted, I'm only being myself. And if you don't like me for who I am, then I don't know what to say.
Oh, God.
Are you my friend?
Always.
Okay, then there's nothing to worry about, Ted. Mr. Teddy, you're so funny, you make me laugh all the time.
You sound like that retarded kid at the beginning of something about
That's
Mary.
not what I'm trying to sound like, but...
Have you seen my baseball? Have you seen my baseball?
I guess it does, says South Park. Well, I love those characters, so anyways. So yeah, they're interrogating Andy. I do want to do a whole show like that, though. But anyway,
I know. Do your paranormal tonight like that. Interview someone like that.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Oh God, look! He's trying to tell him that Chucky's the one who told him to, go. That's what they were doing. And Chucky told me to come down there.
Yeah, they got the heavy.
Come on, Chucky, talk! And he starts throwing punches at him. Come on, Chucky, you son of a bitch!
He's beating the shit out of the doll.
Yeah, he's trying to tell the cops, Chucky told me.
Yes.
He's telling his mom, Chucky's pretending. He's pretending not to talk.
Yes.
This is all not healthy.
No.
Because evidently there's like a child psychologist behind the two-way mirror. And
because he goes,
Mrs. Barclay, my name is Dr.
Smithereens.
I've seen enough. I think Andy should spend a couple of days with us.
We need to dive deeper into why he's killing these people.
Guess so.
Yeah. Meanwhile, she's able to take Charles Lee Ray home with her.
Charles Lee Ray.
Yeah. And that head of hair, that red head of hair on that doll.
Man, that ginger.
Oh, it's so classic, man. I'm telling you.
And it's always weird, like, you get, like, that one ginger in a family, like, no one else has it, but then you got, like, that one that looks like the kid from Problem Child.
One redhead.
Where the hell did that kid
One redheaded, freckled kid.
I
come from across the seas, Oh,
but I love when you see a family like that, where, like, all of them else look like normal, and then you got the ginger in the middle. Like, where the fuck did that come from?
Oh my god!
Like, oh god, that one was swimming in Dad's balls there somewhere. The rest of the sperms were sleeping.
Oh God.
Like, yeah, I'm getting up there.
Nobody else is around. Here I come. Whee!
You ever tell your kids that?
I see a hole. It's getting brighter.
You should tell your kids that. It's like, back when I was a kid, you all were living in my balls. You were swimming around in my balls.
That's a good way to put it. Hey,
that's what I tell
Jack Skellington right there.
Hey,
Chris Sarandon.
Chris Sarandon.
Right there. He's going, what?
Now we're going to have a big reveal here coming up.
Oh, are we?
Yes, because she's like,
that.
talk, damn it. She's just looking at the doll. Say something.
Oh.
And
don't even go there.
What does she do? She picks up the box. What is she doing? Just looking at the box.
Yeah, she
and
went.
The batteries fall out.
That's right. The batteries fall out.
The damn thing didn't have any
and
batteries
she goes,
in it.
Now I can use my dildo.
Right, I ran out of D batteries.
Couldn't find them anywhere.
Those look like C batteries.
No, they look even bigger than D batteries.
Double D batteries?
They fell on double D batteries.
Hey, when them double D
batteries. They'll always stay charged, or they'll fall to the floor.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's gonna check that doll out. She's gonna look at the back and see that the son of a bitch don't have no batteries, and he's been moving and talking with no batteries.
And running.
This is impossible.
Yeah.
Oh, let's watch for a second. I like this part.
Yeah.
This is where we're going to see Chucky.
This is the coolest, one of the coolest scenes in there because when she
imagine the suspense.
Yeah, when she opens up the back of it and she opens up and there's no batteries in it, Chucky immediately turns around.
I'm Chucky. Want to play?
And
he rolls under the couch.
He falls to the floor, rolls under the couch,
mm-hmm.
and she actually goes down there and goes to get him, retrieve him again.
Well, it's like
because I think
did I see what I think I saw?
Right.
You know, I didn't see this in the theater. Did you say you saw this in a drive-in or?
Saw it at a drive-in theater.
Did you have a couple of chicks with you or something? Or?
Yeah, and
a couple bitches.
And I didn't see most of this because we were all making out.
That's right.
You know,
scissoring and all that.
Scissoring.
Scissoring at the drive-in.
That's the best. Oh my god. Came up with a good one there.
Yeah. We're gonna scissor at the drive-in.
Oh, she kept telling me to go for some pop. Can you get me and Sally some popcorn? And I go, really? Right now? Right in the
come back.
Do
they're
it.
Scissoring.
They're scissoring. That's it. They said extra butter. Not on the popcorn, but if you got what I mean. Yeah.
Oh god! So she gets Chucky out from under the couch.
Oh, here we go.
She starts going shit show on him.
Yeah, and I love
talk, damn it.
And I love
damn you.
I love how he's looking at her like with this innocent face, like smiling still. And
he's like, "I'll get you to talk, you son of a bitch."
Oh yeah, she's gonna
fire up the fireplace.
So she must actually, in some way, she's just fed up and she just wanna.
And she's holding up.
Believe it,
Goblin King, Goblin King. And she's gonna throw him in there, and then now Chucky reveals himself. Fuck you, bitch! And he's gonna start biting her and punching her and kicking her.
I think he calls her a slut and everything. I mean,
goddamn slut!
Yeah, he actually is overpowering.
Oh,
her.
Look at that! Look at the great animatronics. There.
Yes.
Making him look all. There's probably like 5 guys working on him at a time.
Yep.
And he takes a chomp out of her arm and she throws him.
And I love how he's just running all around. You see him like
it's so
booking
cool.
around the couches and going room to room. And he's chasing her all around, because he was going to.
Oh, and he leaves the apartment. He's getting on the elevator.
He's getting the hell out of there because she almost threw him in the fireplace.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's where the fight, ensued. Lighting the match and throwing it in there, and he bit her on the arm too, man.
Yeah, because she's gonna go immediately after she loses Chucky here. She's gonna go find Mike Norris. He's still at the police station.
And he's Chuck Norris's brother too in this film, right?
Yeah.
He talks about
they're second cousins twice removed.
Yeah, he talks about that, which is very odd. I mean, I don't know why Don Mancini wrote that into the screenplay, but
you gotta have a little action.
Very interesting.
Man,
but
Chucky is fast.
Oh yeah, he's able to beat her in running, and he overpowers people.
He's out.
That's the
he's
one
out
thing
on the streets.
One thing about the movies,
Out on the streets for a living. Pictures only because. Ooh. There's Kiss.
Ted in his
Check your Snapchat, man. You can be Paul Stanley tonight.
Ted in his Snapchat, yeah. He's doing his kiss one. Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah, Karen, she drives up to the police station, and Mike Norris is getting ready to go home.
He's getting what?
After working, 72 hours straight. And she's like, Andy was right. It's the doll. Look, she's showing him the batteries. Like, this'll prove it.
I know, that'll prove it. Okay.
He's been moving and talking with no batteries. I checked. He tried to kill me.
Yeah, don't you believe me? And she even goes, look, he even bit me on my arm.
Well, yeah, he looks a little concerned. He's like, well, how'd you get that? Yeah. Like, you couldn't have bit yourself.
Yeah.
The thing is, you got to be bit in a place where you can't reach it yourself. Then it's more believable.
Right.
But, he's a little...
Maybe the neck. Maybe if Chucky would have bit her on the neck. But
yeah.
But he's going, I've been in Fright Night. I know that.
Forget it. Oh. That's a really nasty bite. That's more than a bite. That's turning gangrene. That's infected.
I was going to say it got really...
That's not healthy.
It got really bad really quick. The bite that Chucky put on her.
Yeah, that needs an antibiotic.
Yeah.
It needs to be a Neosporin. You better stop at a Dairy Mart on the way home.
Dairy Mart.
Pick some up.
Get some bandages and some Neosporin.
So,
pour some tequila on there and take a couple shots.
Spit it on there.
And then fire it up.
Yeah, you got to cauterize it.
You got to cauterize it,
So, Detective Norris doesn't really believe in her, and she's like, I need to find the guy that's... I forgot what she said.
That sold her the doll.
Sold her the doll.
There's a bum under it. He goes, no, you should
don't want
not
to go there this time of night.
Yeah, that's not a place for you to be.
She jumps in a cab, and you can tell her, take me to the shitty part of town. Shitty part town.
Take me to a shitty part town.
Shitty part town.
Yeah. I want chicken AWOL.
Shitty part town.
Chicken AWOL for me. Yeah.
And you can tell her she's going around going, bad teeth, and they're like, yeah, which one? No, I haven't seen a bum with bad teeth.
Yeah, she's trying to find.
It's like a montage. Looking for the bum.
Walking down the alley, and I come across a wheelchair victim always. Yeah.
Gotta have a montage.
No wheelchair army veterans.
I had a montage one time, but then my parents walked in.
Ooh,
me and the two girls.
Yeah. That's a menage a trois.
I thought it was a montage.
It's a menage a trois.
I was going to say, because they always say all these movies have montages in it. I watched it, I was like, where?
So all that time you just always thought there's a bunch of threesomes in all these movies?
Yeah, like every single movie that had a montage. Where?
We talked about this before. I said, didn't you like that montage? And you said, yeah.
Yeah.
And so why didn't you question? Where's
10 at a time for a dime.
10 at a time for a dime. We get all the ladies from the Navy.
What is
10 at a time for a dime.
She's searching around Skid Row. She gets to the belly of the beast here.
How much would you do to sleep with me?
Well, she sees that guy.
$10.
And it looks like he's about to score with some crack whore. And she's, hey, you, mister. She reminds him that he sold her the doll. And he's like, oh, yeah. And she wants to know where he got it. He's like, what do you give me?
This is all I got. And it looks like a couple dollar bills flying out of her purse.
That's all I've got. No, that's not all you got.
Yeah, you got
He's looking, you got a lot.
You got a lot more,
And so, if you watch this with your kids, just tell them that he's talking about her coat.
Right.
He wants to take that coat.
Her fur coat.
Right. So he's about to jump on board. And
her fur baby.
Luckily, Mike Norris is there to put the coat. Look at that brand new boombox that's right there.
They stole that. Well, you know what? Every bum in the alley, I think they all gather up all their money so that they can... Every alley full of bums has a boombox.
But isn't that like a symbol of the 80s, man? The big boombox.
Oh, heck yeah.
I remember going... you'd always have to go with your mom to, Parmentown to get your school closed for the year. I remember my mom didn't drive, as I said before, so we were waiting for the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this guy. He had a huge boombox. Mm-hmm. And all he was doing was walking around the whole mall. And he'd be walking around. One time he'd be playing Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. Full blast. You could see his hair blowing back.
Oh, yeah.
Then he'd come around again. It was Sweet Child of Mine, Guns N' Roses. And it was just the same two songs every time he showed up. And all he was doing was walking around the mall carrying this big-ass radio in his arms, cradling it
That's what they did back then, man.
But it's like... Yeah, this is all you're doing? It's just walking around. Isn't that getting heavy?
Yeah, you would
get a car.
Yeah. What was the Spike Lee movie?
I watch Spike Lee movies. Oh. He doesn't like white people, so I'm not watching his movies.
I know, but in that movie, I thought you would know what it was. With Danny Aiello and but there was dude walked around with a big thing. And
I don't watch racist movies.
Well, neither do I. And yeah, that was pretty racist. But yeah. Anyways.
I know you can't call a black person racist, but he's racist.
Oh no, he is.
There you go. So I'm not watching his movies.
Okay, I get
go suck a fuck for all that.
I get you. I hear you.
How does one actually do that? I don't know, but so Mike Norris saves the day. He buttons his coat back up to cover up the big Superman thing on his chest, and he's like, I told you not to come to this part of town. Look what's gonna happen. You almost got BF'd.
Saves her.
Yeah, I mean, she's trying to tell him, why don't you believe me?
Yeah.
Why? And he's like, because I'm sane, I'm rational.
And what does she say that you in the car? Something about where his address is, or was that Eddie Caputo's address, or Charles Lee Ray's address?
That they were found over there.
Because
what's he doing over there?
Because I forget, where does she end up going?
She's saying, Andy says that it's Charles Lee Ray that's inside this doll, and he is telling her that. I don't know if he's telling her here or if he tells her later on, but he's telling her like, I'm the man that killed him. I was there. I'm the man that shot him. Yeah. Don't tell me that's Charles Lee Ray, because I know Charles Lee Ray's dead. Right. But it is kind of weird that that's who Andy says is inside this doll. He wouldn't know who the hell Charles.
And as he's getting in his car,
and where the cops picked him up at, is where Eddie Caputo's hideout was. Right. I don't know how they know that, because he would have got blown to smithereens. Right. I mean, they'd be lucky to find teeth.
Mike Norris puts her out of the car, tells her to go home and do all, but she goes, you don't leave any loose ends. So
that's right. I'm a loose end.
Yeah, so he does actually go back to the police station and get Charles Lee Ray's files and stuff like that.
Read up on him.
Hey, speaking of movies, Netflix, I told you a while ago about that Nicolas Cage movie, Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah, the old one we were talking about.
It's on Netflix.
Is it?
Yes, and
which I don't have.
That is a movie you got to watch.
Let's do it next week.
We'll see.
All right. It's all decided. It's all settled. Because I haven't seen it. I love to watch something. I like Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
I mean, maybe even a bad movie is usually, if it's got Nick Cage in it.
Okay, then maybe we'll do that, and then we'll go into a stretch of old movies.
All right.
We'll do one more. We'll do Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah, what the hell?
Nicolas Cage is believes he's a vampire, man. He gets bit by a bat, but that's all I'll say.
Now look at this crazy shit going down here.
Yeah.
Mike Norris is driving away. Evidently, Chucky got in his car and is waiting for him. He's choking him with what?
I have no idea. Jumper cables?
Jumper cables.
Yes.
And, Mike was about to fire up a smoke, and he's still trying to light it because he's getting choked, but I gotta have that last drag. He's trying to get the lighter. And he gets the lighter and decides, maybe it'd be better if I burned Chucky's face with it.
And as he does, and he burns his face, you look at Chucky's eyes, it almost looks like he's got cataracts.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit more...
He's going through a process of becoming human.
We're going to find that out soon, too.
Flesh and blood.
The more time he spends in this Look at this knife, this butcher knife going through the seat when Mike's trying to drive. Oh, God.
Okay, there's a scene going on right now, guys, where Chucky's in the car, and he's basically attacking the Detective
Norris while he's driving.
And the scene is really awesome. He's choking. The detective takes and burns his face.
A cigarette lighter.
And then he gets a knife. He's held onto the knife he had.
Butcher knife.
And he starts pushing it and stabbing it through the seat. I mean, and the whole
it's
time.
It's like a cartoon. Whoa,
yes.
whoa.
Or the Three Stooges.
Come up through in between his legs by his
and it's even coming up underneath. And he's like holding himself way above the seat as the car's going fast, super fast. And
Chucky starts messing with the pedals.
He takes
like Chucky's pushing the gas.
He takes the brake thing off, and it's just a metal bar,
like the pedal.
Yeah, and he's pushing that, and it's just chaos ensues,
and causes the car to flip.
Yeah, and from this point, Chucky's gonna.
Chucky shows up with a knife and stabs him. He's trying to stab him.
Yeah, he stuck
it in the car.
Yes, he stuck it
his head,
like you would do in a wall, like boom. It's right there.
That could have been your face.
Yeah, mother.
That's what he's trying to tell him right there.
Could have been your face. Get that, man. You stupid mother.
And Mike Norris, I think he's probably going to believe them now that it's the doll.
Yeah, you think?
I think. But, he's taking shots at Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah.
I think this is the little person in the costume walking around the car, though.
Yeah, it has to be.
I think sometimes they used a little person, sometimes they used a... Did you hear that Kenny Baker died?
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
The little person that played R2-D2 and was
Time Bandits.
Time Bandits, which, as far as I'm concerned, Time Bandits is like My Goonies.
Oh,
you know,
Time Bandits is classic. That's one I have to watch again, man. It's been a while.
That's like My Goonies.
Yeah.
You know? Instead of a bunch of kids, it's a bunch of midgets.
I have to mention here this scene.
Yeah,
the cop shoots Chucky.
Yeah, he's coming
in
after
the
him
shoulder
with the butcher knife, and he shoots him right. Yeah, like
and every time something like that happens, like
slow-mo.
they shoot, it's the slow mo with the doll like flying back.
Right.
Especially towards the end of the movie when all that ensues and the chaos and the killing of whatever. Those slow mo scenes with his face and hair and everything flying up is so cool.
Right.
I love it.
One thing we forgot to mention when Karen and
here we go.
Detective Norris were in the car,
Yeah.
she asked where Charles Lee Ray lived.
Yeah.
And what happens is something that happens in real life all the time, where cops just tell you where he lived.
720.
I was already there. I checked it out. There's nothing there.
Yeah, he goes, there's nothing at 720 Baker Street.
Yeah.
Oops.
So she
I didn't
goes
mean
there.
that,
She pays the janitor or whatever to open the door. And Charles Lee Ray's place is just full of voodoo shit.
Everywhere. Santeria.
Voodoo.
A form of voodoo.
Right.
Mostly done in Louisiana.
How about Haiti? They do this shit in
Haiti, yes.
Yeah.
But Santeria is it's very interesting. I got a paranormal show and very much into
Thank you, Mighty Dumbala,
stuff like
for
that.
life after death.
So she's looking around. She sees all these paintings and stuff like that, and she sees a black guy.
Yeah, like a shaman or a high priest or something like that.
Yes, and Mike
Dambala.
Norris, Bambala, sister. Wait,
Dambala, Kong.
Oh God! I think we might. I'll talk to you in a second after the commentary about that.
What?
Kong. Oh yeah. Anyways,
Kong. What, the new
Kong?
movie?
Yeah.
Big turd of a movie.
Oh God, yeah.
Out.
So yeah, he comes up onto her and
he's always creeping on a come up.
Did I say he come up on her?
Well, he shows up mere minutes after she left to go there, but somehow after all that hijinks in the car and flipping over 17 times and getting shot, stabbed, he's there already.
And they figure out that who this guy is.
Well, they go through. He's got Charles Lee Ray's file with him. He's like, yeah. When I was going through, I noticed that he's friends with this guy.
Yeah.
And it's this guy John Dumbala, whatever.
Yeah.
Who looks just like the guy in the painting on the wall.
Right.
Flash to a scene of this guy
in his apartment
making a cup of tea, man.
And Chucky just comes through the window.
Hey, John. Hey, it's me. And it is a cool scene. It's like, what do you think?
Yeah. He says one
thing.
You're
an abomination.
Yeah, he's abomination. He goes, but he's telling him, I thought
work.
It didn't work. I thought I couldn't die.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the bullet wound.
He got shot. He's like, and it hurt like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And it bled.
And he goes, you are turning human.
Right. We find that the more
flesh
time...
to flesh, blood to blood, heart to heart.
I think you got it down. He tells him, the more time you spend in this fake body, the more human it's going to become, and you will be vulnerable to be killed.
You're only human, born to make mistakes. Ooh, whatever. We're such good singers. We put the tune to the tape. Every weekend we suck. Anyways,
I don't.
No, I'm good. When I lay down when we really get down and do our tracks,
we'll sound pretty good.
Our album will be released soon.
Oh yeah,
the best of the Late Horror Show.
So what happened? So he tells him before we get to what's going on here that the only way that he's got to transfer his soul into another body, and he can only transfer his soul into the body of the person he first revealed himself to. Yes. Which is Andy, and he starts laughing. He's like, "You trying to tell me I'm going to be 6 freaking years old again?"
But the cool thing, 6 years old again. He goes, "That's going to be cool. I get to live my life all over again for a little kid." But this is a cool scene because he goes, thanks for teaching me everything and telling me where your doll was. The voodoo. He's got a little voodoo doll of the guy.
Yep.
And he's breaking his leg. He breaks his arm.
The voodoo doll's leg breaks John's leg.
Yes, and then he stabs it right in the heart.
My kid didn't understand this when my daughter watched this before.
Really? He didn't understand voodoo?
I had to explain what it was. She's like, what is that? How is that, she wasn't born knowing about voodoo. So...
How did he... Oh, so she was wondering how she could...
Like, she didn't get this scene. Like, what's going on here?
Okay.
Like, how is that hurting him?
Yeah.
It's just like, well, when I take your Hatchimal and I stab it, you cry.
Oh, God, no.
No?
Did you explain to her really what about voodoo?
Yeah, I told her that it's a real thing.
A religion and
that some people believe it. But I told her you have to believe in it. If you don't believe in it, it don't work. Because that's what I've always heard.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in it, it won't work.
Right.
I don't believe in voodoo, just so that it won't ever work on me.
Oh, there's the doll sitting over there that I got plenty of hair on, but
Yeah, you try it.
Hasn't your back hasn't been hurting you?
No, I feel fantastic. And in typical movie fashion,
what's with the big girl dolls over in the back?
He likes dolls.
It looks like Dora the Explorer.
What
is going on?
Vamonos. That means let's go. So,
which path do I take?
Once again,
Crocodile River.
I am so glad that
when
we changed our cable thing that we lost Nick Jr. and I don't have to watch Dora anymore.
Oh, that
drove me nuts. Because you know what I hate?
It's been years.
Well, here's the thing. Because we'll get back to this. We got a minute for this. I hate it when TV shows interact with your kids.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, it's not the TV's job to interact with you. I should be interacting with you. Yeah. But then I think back, it's like, yeah, but isn't that what Sesame Street did when I was a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Sesame Street, but not to the point that, like, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or
where
Dora does, where they, like, wait.
Oh, I was going to just say, they wait.
There weren't those pauses
it's like
in Sesame Street.
Like,
oh, this is the part that breaks my heart right here. But
this was the sad,
Mike Norris and Karen, they get to John's apartment right when he's about to die, and the last thing he spits out is, "The child, save the child. You must kill the heart. You must destroy the heart." Luckily, he stayed alive long enough to give them that valuable information.
Do it before he says the chant.
Yeah. So they know what they got to do.
And
then we get to this terrible mental institution where they've got Andy locked up. There's not even any glass on. Oh, I hate that, man. I can't stand it, dude.
The kid is acting very good here. He's crying.
I can't stand it.
Ted, I don't understand this. Okay, we have to keep your son for 2 days. And they got him in a room with a barred up door.
There's no glass, the cold winter air blowing through there.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And he's looking out the window and he sees Chucky going up the back steps.
Yeah.
And he's going, doctor, he's going to kill me. And oh my God, Alex Vincent, he actually starts crying. And I have to turn my head. It's like, I can't watch a little kid cry like that in the movie. Because he's going to kill me. Like, how can you not just open a door and just give the kid a hug? Just try to help the kid.
I know.
You cold-hearted bastard.
So Chucky does get...
Look how cool that is.
Yeah,
look at that cool walk, the animatronic.
Chucky steals the keys.
Yeah, from an orderly.
Gets into Andy's room. And
what, he thinks this pillow here is Andy? He's about to stab it.
But it's a very cool scene how he's walking. You think that was stop motion?
No, I think that was the robotic animal. I don't think they did stop motion.
You think it was the animal? Okay.
Yeah, they didn't do stop motion.
No stop motion in this. Okay.
They either used little people or animatronic.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So Andy actually put pillows on there. To make it think
it was him.
So he ran out of the room, snuck out, and Chucky goes up on the ledge on the outside of the building.
Right, looking for Andy with that good guy's knife or whatever.
Yeah.
Good guy's butcher knife.
Is that what it is? A good guy's butcher knife?
I don't know. But then he walks into a surgical room, and Chucky ends up getting in there and jumping on top of him.
Don't you always love this? How? What the hell's going on?
And why?
It's the water going through the pipes.
And I'm thinking, a train.
Never heard it that loud before, though.
It sounds like it's like this is the roof and it's raining.
What the heck is going on?
And there's all these surgical instruments that get knocked, scalpels and shit, just left out in the open, not sterile.
Yeah.
Okay, just saying. And look at him. He picks up a scalpel. Andy's got a scalpel.
Scalpel, don't elbow.
Because, Chucky was in there, attacked him for a second, then rolled away.
Don't you, in these movies, especially during these 80s and stuff like that, how they all, like Chucky, how do you know where he was?
Maybe they're connected.
There was no search.
Look at this damn doctor.
There was no searching going on, but he found him in his room. Yeah,
grabs the scalpel away from him, and he's already got a syringe full of Christ knows what.
The doctor's going to inject
I'm going to calm you down.
Yeah.
With this big cattle prod.
Yes. And he's fighting with him, the doctor is, until Chucky comes up.
Probably the most goriest scene in the film. You just see a splurt of blood, though.
Oh, I love it. He puts a knife.
Hamstrings him.
Yeah, and then he puts an electric, headband thing on.
Yeah, like for electroconvulsive therapy, probably.
Yes. And starts frying him, and they keep showing him getting more
I'm not sure
burned.
if that machine goes high enough to...
No, exactly. I wouldn't have thought that
burn
either.
the face like that.
But for the movies, they towards the end when the guy does die, blood starts coming out of his mouth. He's blackened.
He's all blackened as the end.
He's blackface.
Mommy.
What do you say?
Mommy.
What do you say? What do you do?
So it looks like...
you burn me to the shoe.
Mike Norris and Karen, they're always like 2 steps behind Chucky. They show up at the institute. Look, they can't even put a fresh coat of paint on the wall.
What I love is that
Jesus
Mike
Christ.
Norris is talking to the other officer.
Yeah, his name's Jack.
Yeah, and he's like making fun, like this that.
He's listening. Is the doll here? It's like, doll? What doll? The Chucky doll, the good guy doll.
Why? Yeah, the officer thinks he's like going loony now because he's like. Finally believes it, but who's going to believe that?
Exactly. Oh, another deleted scene from Child's Play was Andy getting a little friendly with this girl that the mother was just talking to and telling her about Chucky.
Yeah.
And Chucky even, when he comes in here, asks her, "Where's Andy?"
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because she knew about him. Because she's like, Chucky came in and tried to get Andy, and Andy got away.
Are the deleted scenes on the Blu-ray?
No, I don't think those scenes. A lot of scenes got just
taken
edited
out
and destroyed.
Done,
edited and destroyed. There might be a few, but nothing like that. These are just things I read about.
I wanted this to be a 2-hour movie.
Well, I mean, most movies, are usually like 2.5 hours with all the footage that you shoot, and you gotta, put it all together. But she's like, "Oh, Andy probably went home. I always tell him if he's in trouble, go home.
Right?
There's a key under the mat. He'd get in the house, and sure as shit, that's where Andy goes. He goes home. He's barricading the door, and Chucky's right behind him. He's in the elevator going up. And I love the old couple.
The old couple's in there, and they're like, what an ugly doll.
And as it's going up, you just hear him go, "Fuck you." Which is really like that's probably what gave it an R rating right there.
Yeah, how nutty, huh?
Because without that, even with that one F word, this would be PG-13 nowadays.
Well, nowadays it would. I mean, implications of the stabbing and a little bit of blood and stuff.
Yeah, this would easily... That's why I don't feel too bad if my kids see some of this movie.
I like the shadow effect.
That's the little person.
When Chucky comes out of the elevator to go to Karen's apartment with Andy, you see just the silhouette of him above with the light shining down, and he's walking. It's just very, very cool scene.
How do you feel about your kids watching a movie like this?
A movie like this?
I mean, you got every kid's different. Like I know kids that still have to sleep with the light on, so
This is a movie my daughter could watch, but
I feel like
Liam watching this. I mean, it just was a matter of fact.
He was just kind of there.
Yeah,
he usually doesn't pay attention to that stuff. He'll play with his toys or whatever. Yeah. But I think when he saw the little kid and the toy, he got a little interested. Like, what is this?
I mean, you got to think.
And I think they identify with that. In some ways, I don't even think this is. How is this any worse than telling them a fairy tale about like Hansel and Gretel getting cooked by a witch or whatever?
The dow's running around pretty much with a knife, though. I'd say that's the only part that
But
and if you get the
maybe it's good to scare them just a little.
But is that scaring them, or are they thinking that doll's cool wielding that knife?
I don't think any of my kids thought the doll was cool.
Okay.
If anything, they like the little boy. They root for the little boy.
Okay. Well,
so and I think that's why they identify with it. Usually you'll notice any movies usually they have kids in it their own age. Yeah. They'll probably watch they'll watch it.
Well, I'm only questioning. I mean, I'm borderline. I mean, I think my kids can handle this.
Like this one, I think they can handle.
Yeah.
Other things I wouldn't let them watch, but
the ones after this, which progressively get worse and worse and worse.
I think like the first 3 are probably okay.
Yeah.
And then, because it's just like the sex that's in Bride and Chucky and seeing Chucky.
And some of the death scenes are just a little brutal. But,
I agree.
So they now know, Mike and Karen, the detective.
Chucky must be headed to the apartment.
Yes, so that's where they end up
and
going.
Sure enough, yes, he sneaks in because he can't get in through the door. He sneaks in through the chimney like Santa Claus.
Yes.
And that's what I said to my kids. I was like, "Oh, he's coming down the chimney like Santa Claus."
And I love that he's actually going to start. He actually takes that little bat.
Yeah, Andy takes that bat, tries to get him with it, but then Andy ends up he drops it, and Chucky
knocks him on the head and knocks him out cold. So he's laying there and he puts his hand on his forehead and he starts his chant, And I think
the animatronic is very good in this. Of the doll. The moving, the facial expressions.
Yeah.
I think it's all done very well.
Oh, it is.
And it only gets better as the films go on.
Yeah, for being the first, awesome.
Yeah,
I don't think
fantastic.
I think they did an awesome job.
I love stuff like that. I like because, you figure there's probably a few guys working on them at the same time. Oh. And, each one of them just loves the hell out of this doll and is trying so hard to make it so good.
Yes.
And that's why I dig these kinds of effects.
Yeah. The emotion you see in the face.
Exactly. I mean, each guy's putting a little bit of himself into it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So they interrupt the ritual. Like you said, he was trying to play hide the soul here. And
that was a little person there.
Yeah, probably.
The way
you could tell right there.
The way he jumped up.
And Karen grabs Chucky away from Andy. And what does he do? He tries to bite her in the face, jumps down, grabs his knife.
Yes.
And who does he cut? Oh, he cuts Detective Norris in the leg there.
Yes, cuts him in the leg. And
hamstrings in.
And Andy's waking up going,
well, yeah, poor kid got bashed with a baseball bat.
I know, he's got a concussion.
And I'm surprised, at the movie's end, they don't even take him to the hospital. No. They'd be like, can we check him out for concussion, maybe?
Exactly, yeah. Well, they may have. I mean,
like a good cop, Detective Norris always has that little snub-nosed 45 on his ankle. That's like what I used to carry around.
And I gotta say that, me too.
Yeah.
Well, snub-nose.
When I was in Louis Rizzo's gang.
Louis Rizzo's gang.
Little snub-nosed 45 I used to carry around in my belt.
Your belt? Yeah.
Do the huckabuck.
Yeah, those guys coming at us out on the dock.
My little 4-year-old, he was just like, huckabuck. That guy's so cute. Huckabuck. I don't do the huckabuck.
Coming after me out on the dock.
Look at Chucky coming after him out of the closet.
Yeah.
He's in the bedroom, and Chucky comes running out of the closet with that baseball bat, hits him like 2-3 times.
That's a cool scene.
Yep.
Okay, what ensues right now, the end of this movie is just... This is just the best part of the movie.
Yes.
Best part of the movie. They're going after him, killing him. They're shooting him. They're,
all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
Mike gets knocked out from the baseball bat. Karen shows up. She's got, I don't know if it's her gun or if it was Mike's gun.
Yeah.
And she pops a shot at Chucky. And like you said, slow-mo.
He does like a 180 kind of. His body flips and hits the wall.
Yeah. And she's going to shoot him again, and the gun jams. And he even says that he gets up. He's like, oh, gun jammed? And he's coming after her, jumping on her, going to bite her in the face. And she manages to get him in the fireplace again.
Yeah.
And she's going to torture him. I love it because she's holding the grate back with her weight.
And she's calling Andy.
To get the matches because the matches fell on the damn floor. And says, Andy, wake up, you son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. And I love it. When she's there, you just see the doll just going shit show back there, trying to get out. Mm-hmm. And Andy's lighting the match, and he's like, Andy, we're best friends till the end, right?
Yeah, right.
And like, this is the end. It's his big line in the movie, and he made sure to do it just right. Throws that match in there, and some bitch is on fire. Mm-hmm.
And she's got a wooden... log holding them in there into the fire.
If I was in there, I'd be like, Dean, go get some marshmallows. You gotta get some marshmallows. Go to the store and get some marshmallows. Look at he busts out of the fireplace. He's running all over the furniture. There's the couch is ruined.
Well, the couch is ruined. Because he's crawling all over the couch.
He's having a seizure on the floor.
Well, he's burning the hell up, But what I find funny about this is nobody's worried about putting the fire out on the couch or nothing.
You gotta let him burn, man. You gotta destroy the heart, but this doesn't destroy the heart.
No, well, they think they've destroyed him because he's burnt pretty much blackened to a crisp.
To a crisp.
Like a Creole crisp, you know what I'm saying?
Give
me some jerky, some Hungry Jack.
Let's go help out Mike over here. You know, Andy, go get the first aid kit. Go get me a Band-Aid.
I guess he just woke up from being knocked out. Right, so, yeah. You know.
From this big knife gash across his leg here. Yeah, go give me a Band-Aid.
Did he even ask, is Chucky dead? Is Chucky dead?
I don't know. But look, Andy goes to get the first aid kit, looks over, and just like in Halloween 1, man, she looks down, gone. Chucky gone.
And I think Karen goes, is that the boogeyman? That's Mike Norris.
As a matter of fact, it was. See, you end right after the first Halloween, man. You end right there.
They want to get Robert Englund to play Donald Pleasant's part in the next Freddy movie.
Huh?
They're talking
Halloween
about
movie,
that.
or
I mean Halloween. I'm sorry. Halloween movie. Yeah.
I thought Malcolm McDowell did a pretty good job.
He did,
as far as those movies went.
But the talk is they're trying to get him and I saw the picture and I'm like going, man, that might be cool. I don't know. Although I don't think
Donald Pleasant's character should be in it at all. He's dead. You can't
No,
replace him.
I know, but again,
even just from the first movie alone,
right?
Just he made that character his, and then of course he did it through the course of the other films too. But it's like, leave it alone. I don't know. Oh. But anyway, Andy turns around and there's burnt up Chucky with the knife. We're Heidi Ho. Wanna play?
Yeah.
And it's almost like The Shining.
Yeah.
Here's Chucky.
What's funny is
they should have done that.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Because Karen's closing the door and the butcher knife keeps coming through the door. That'd have been great. Here's Chucky.
I don't know why she didn't get as far away from the door as she could. Her face was still right against the door. And if he moves over 5 inches, she's dead. I mean,
I think so.
Through the skull.
He manages to get through. She gets up from the door. He gets through, and they're running through the bathroom and bedrooms. It's like every room's connected, sort of like in Evil Dead.
Yeah,
like when they're running away. And this is cool with him holding. He's all messed up and
walking after them, and she starts shooting him, and she shoots off his
the
head off, goes
clean
flying
off.
Away.
There goes the arm,
and then she gets the leg.
I gotta do a leg. I think Chucky loses an arm in every single friggin' movie. But,
right? Yeah.
But he's still coming. He's got one arm left. He's gotta crawl
because his heart isn't.
The heart.
What's funny though is, how is he still able to talk?
He's not talking. In this part, is he talking?
He starts to say stuff.
Well, the head just got blown off.
Right.
It's not destroyed. The head's over there, laying around.
But if he's turning human, or is it just because...
he is turning
human. In essence,
human,
the whole doll itself is still alive, I guess. I mean,
right.
I'll go with that. But
the heart has to be destroyed to completely kill him.
And she ran out of bullets.
Until part 2, when they put the damn doll back together and volt it with electricity.
Yeah.
And, he comes back. But she's... popping caps into it and shoots the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And the partner
Officer Jack,
comes in her. Well, I don't even know if she doesn't even shoot the heart. She just shoots it and he stops moving. And good thing Jack shows up. Detective Jack. Yeah, we got a cop down. Multiple stab wounds and shot. So they'll be here in 6 seconds. Every ordinary other person. They'll be here in half hour.
Oh yeah.
But
if
you want
right
cops,
away. Yeah.
If you want cops to come to your house, just call and just say, there was some guy creeping around my backyard. Just call and let you guys know I shot him. And I killed him, and the cops will show up right away.
Oh, jeez.
But if you tell them, I think they're going to break in my house, it'll take half an hour to get there.
Oh my god.
But tell them you already killed the guy, and they'll show up.
So it's Detective Mike Norris
tells him the doll.
Yeah.
They were telling the truth. It was Chucky. It was a doll. He tried to kill us.
And he told him, don't touch it.
Yeah, he's
but
like, you don't believe him.
No, he goes out there and he actually picks up the face and he's
the head.
The head. Yeah, not the face.
WTF.
Yeah, what the fuck is
that? He comes, he's laughing. He's going to the room. He's like, hey, Chief, this thing's dead.
He's throwing it back and forth like a basketball. And
look,
he sets it up on the
TV
dresser
or
TV. Yeah.
Look, it's dead. It's dead as can be.
And they all three look at it, and it's actually pretty darn cool looking, man. I like that.
Yeah, look what's about to happen here, because he's standing right in front of that heat vent. This is bad news. Here comes, gotcha! Chucky comes right through the heat. What's left of Chucky? He comes right through the heat vent, starts ripping at his throat.
Yes, after the officer, you know. Yep. And this is where the head's going, choke him, kill him,
choke him, son of a bitch. It's the best.
That's funny as hell.
And yeah, Karen helps him, gets the doll off. Mike's got his pistol. He's ready to, uncork one in him again. Look at that torso just getting up again.
Oh, it's so funny.
You can see Chucky's eyes rolling around, moving. Yeah, get those sons of bitches.
It's like he will not give up. I mean, as long as he's alive, he's not giving up.
And that's where she says, "Heart, shoot him in the heart. You have to get the heart."
And another cool scene.
When they shoot through the heart,
I love it.
You see blood splatter come out where you didn't see that before.
And the doll, which shows you that he shot him through the heart. And the doll just slow-mo flies out against the back of the wall too. It
makes it dramatic.
And didn't he put up a middle finger here? It almost looked like he did. I could be wrong.
Why not?
Because his hand starts moving a little bit, the last movements of death. And then the last words out of Chucky's face is the line that he says, "Hi, I'm Chucky.
Chucky, wanna play?"
And then, that's,
Can you believe parents protested this movie? They thought that, it would incite children to violence.
Well, don't everybody have a problem with all kinds of things nowadays? I mean,
I think... You know what the sad thing is? Like how we had Back to the Future Part 2, and we had flying cars.
Yeah.
Well, it's a shame that we're kind of there now, and we don't have flying cars. We just have people that look at their phones and get offended by every goddamn thing you say.
Yep.
That's the future.
I hear you.
Marty McFly.
Yeah.
Instead of having flying cars, we have stupid phones that people are addicted to, and they get offended by everything you say. I bet if people listen to our whole show, they'd be offended by every other thing I say. Oh well.
Probably.
I love to do it.
You're a very rude person, Todd.
I am. Well, you know what I am? I'm just honest, man. I just say it like it is.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
That's what we all about.
That's what we about. I tell about these movies.
Look,
the door's going to close, and we just kind of freeze frame on Andy like, ooh, what's up with that?
We are done. Yeah,
that's another
that's
one
the
in the
movie,
books, man. And the cool thing is, these... I think I enjoy all the Chucky movies.
Yeah, out of all the
franchises, this is probably the only franchise where I actually kind of enjoy all of them. I don't think any of them are bad.
Right.
Maybe 3 is not as good as but yeah. I mean, for the most part, though, I mean, you can't beat the first ones out of all of these movies, all the franchise movies.
The water's really flowing.
I know.
What is going on? That's really flowing this time.
So, which one's your favorite franchise, man? Let's be like everybody else out there in Horrorland.
Oh,
which one's your favorite?
Which one's my favorite?
Right.
Is
it Chucky? Is it Jason? Is it The Shape?
The Shape.
Michael Myers in the original Halloween credits. He's called. Shape.
To tell you the truth, would you consider Jeepers Creepers? There's only been 2, so I guess not really.
I wouldn't ever watch those again because the guy who made them is a child molester.
Right. Yeah.
And I said that throughout the whole movie when we did the first.
I'll tell you what.
Just so you know, the guy who made this is a child molester.
I'll tell you what. As movies, standalone movies, I like Freddy's my favorite.
Yeah, the first Nightmare's hard to beat.
Yeah.
Very cool idea.
As a character-driven movie, I have to say I really do like all the Hellraisers and the Pinhead.
You like
even the bad ones and the idea, yeah.
Well, certainly the idea is fascinating.
Well, no, right.
And you can't.
And I'm not going to say everyone's great. But I mean, and then
but it's always the first installments are always so good.
Right.
You got some of the others that are okay.
Yeah.
But you could make yourself a nice 80s horror collection if you just had the first installments of all the classics.
Yeah, pretty much.
Put them on your shelf there, and that's.
Yeah. Well, people dive in and they love a character, like say Jason, and they fall in love with it. And
why would you fall in love with that?
Well, on their behalf, if we fall in love with something like you're Ray Harryhausen or something.
Yeah, that's
like
good stuff. Ray Harryhausen's good stuff.
But
now you got my attention.
You know that there's might be people out there who don't dig those kind of movies. Right? No. Let's talk. Well, I'm trying to.
Those guys are fags.
I'm giving the benefit of what they think. You know what I mean?
There's nothing not to
think
love.
about it. You know, if you grip a hold of a character that you love, you're gonna love anything they do, even the shit ones. And I do that too.
But they're,
you know,
Ray Harryhausen made 15 films, and none of them are shit. Yeah. They're all fantastic.
So I made my point. But
I don't know. I'm not sure you did. I think since we're doing a franchise movie, I'll just end it on this. I think some of them are rather dull.
Oh, of course.
You know, I think
they've gotten out of hand, ridiculous, and
I think you usually blow your load in the first film because you've got a good idea.
Yeah.
Such as Friday the 13th, it was kind of a neat idea, and after that, they get stupid. I don't care what any of you say. They get stupid.
Oh no.
Hellraiser, the first one or two, but especially the first one. Excellent ideas. I think it kind of betrays itself at the end when they start going after Kirsty when they promised that they wouldn't.
Yeah.
But everything else is solid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a great idea. And Pinhead was really a freaky looking character.
Clive Barker, the books.
And then even worse when you know, like, if you read the book, The Hellbound Heart, it was a female.
Mm-hmm.
Pinhead was a female, not a... And we should call him the Priest. Cause that's
the Priest,
he is,
yes,
the priest.
Yes. I still love Pinhead, but yeah, the Priest is,
The Order of the Gash.
We'll go back and watch that. We did
the first
Hellraiser
Texas
commentary.
Chainsaw. See, I like if I watch horror films like this, I prefer my horror films to have some element of the supernatural or fantasy in it. Mm-hmm. Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, a movie like Chucky or Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that could ring a little bit more true disturb me a little bit more to where not scared, but just that I don't enjoy them as much. Say like the original Texas Chainsaw. It's just
right.
That there's enough twisted shit in the world. Yeah. And I don't need to be watching movies that give people ideas. Or like a Silence of the Lambs, or even the original Halloween is fun to watch at Halloween. Mm-hmm. But there's enough people out there that get killed senselessly anyway. You could even say Jason to an extent. There's some supernatural elements to that, why he keeps coming back and they keep making the movies. Mm. But that's what I prefer. Right. I can enjoy those more. Mm. Ones where it's just some guy without any kind of supernatural powers at all killing people, I don't tend to like that very much. The world's screwed up enough. And we don't really need that.
Like one of my worst is like I just can't stand the blood and gore and like the Saw movies and stuff like that. It's just, that type of stuff just isn't my thing. And but
like I said, there's just enough bad stuff in the world, and we don't need to be giving people ideas. Mm-hmm. And maybe those people are unbalanced anyway. Well, they're unbalanced. And I think or even like The Exorcist or something like that. Anything where there's an element of the supernatural. I will like it more. Mm-hmm. And so I guess if you had to put a gun to my head and say, do I like, would I prefer to watch a Jason movie or Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I'd probably watch a Jason movie. But I've got like 200 other Blu-rays that I would rather watch.
No, I agree. So... No, I know. There's tons of movies we catch up on, man. So
I think that's my take on it. I enjoy the horror genre. It's not my favorite, but I enjoy it more when there's an element of the supernatural to it and something like that. It just keeps it a little bit more removed, keeps it a little bit more safe, and I think it maybe keeps the crazies at bay a little better. So,
there you go. Ted's little...
my little lesson for the day. But I enjoy the hell out of Child's Play. It's just fun. It
is fun.
And it's got cool effects.
And Chucky's just a cool character.
It's got it's kind of funny that the child actor is the best one out of all of them, and he's in the next one. Yep. And his character's in the third one, and then you get into strange territory with Jennifer Tilly if you like her. So. Yep.
Cool.
Another one, a good one for the books.
Another one I enjoyed.
We don't usually touch the franchises, and this was a good one to do.
Yeah, exactly. We don't usually touch them. No, but we figure
everyone else does.
And I wanted to go back and kind of hit it because I haven't seen it in like a long time. So,
right. Now I probably watch this like once a year. So I mean,
okay.
So it's one that
Ted
I've seen
seems to watch movies over repeat more than I do.
Well, I mean, if you like
Very
a song and you
few I
listen
do.
to it, 2-3 times a day, why can't you watch the same movie 2-3 times?
Oh, no.
2-3 times a day.
Oh, man. Okay, so there you go, man. I think next week we're going to do Vampire's Kiss.
Yes.
Nicolas Cage, one that Ted hasn't seen.
Yes.
And I haven't seen it in a while. So, and this is a very almost John Lynch type movie. It's very weird.
Who's John Lynch? Is he related to David Lynch?
David Lynch.
Actually,
what is
my
wrong
cable,
with me? I'm dyslexic with names.
My cable company, they have a bunch of free movies you can watch.
Yeah.
I think it's on there.
Okay.
To watch for free, so I'll double check.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, David Lynch-ish.
I like John Lynch, too.
You know me, Ted. Sometimes you can't say the word so well. But anyways.
Okay, Corky. It's supposed to be Life Goes On.
So there we go. Until next week, man. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll check you guys out next week. Later.
Later.